Hey y'all, so today I'm here with another episode of What I Eat in a Day. This one is a little bit different because as someone who has eaten a completely plant-based diet for over 10 years now, which is crazy to think, I still always get the question, but Kim, where do you get your protein? Kim, how do you get protein if you don't eat animals and meat? So I'm going to show you everything I eat, and I'm also going to break down the protein content in all my meals. And this was so kind of shocking to me because I don't usually count calories, protein, macros, micros, anything like that. I just eat. But when I was thinking about what I'm going to eat today, I totaled up everything, and even I didn't realize just how easy it is to get my daily allotment of protein. Someone who is my size, I'm around 130 pounds. I was looking online and I'm supposed to be getting somewhere around 46 to 48 grams of protein per day. Y'all, when I totaled everything up, I far surpassed that in what I'm gonna eat today. So let's go ahead and jump into meal number one. So I have been intermittent fasting. I'm still doing it. It's been working really well. So I mentioned that because I don't eat my first meal until noon. So I'm starting off around lunchtime. I am going to be dressing up the humble sweet potato. I have a medium sweet potato here. I'm going to roast this up, and I have my oven already preheated. I made this dish the other day. It was so freaking delicious. I'm so excited to have it again today. Look at how hearty this looks, all that piled up on the sweet potato. And the sweet potato just comes out so magnificently caramelized. Look at that char right here. But yeah, the sweetness of the potato mixed with the heartiness from the chickpeas. And then you got that crisp crunch from the greens, topped off with the parsley. The fresh parsley really does add that wow factor to it, because you might not think it goes, but it definitely adds a fresh, light zing to the dish. It just all goes really well. The flavors are amazing. So yeah, can't wait to dig in. But before I do, let's go over the protein facts for this dish. Medium sweet potato is about 2 grams of protein. I have 3/4 cups of chickpeas on here, and that is 10.5 grams of protein. These greens, that adds up to 3 grams of protein. And then the tahini drizzle. Tahini is really rich in protein. I only use 1 tablespoon, and that is 3.5 grams of protein for a grand total with this dish of 19 grams of protein. So that's really, really good. Time to dig in. I'll catch y'all later. Real quick, I had to come right back and just rave about the taste of this. I cannot tell you just how amazing it is. You have to try it. If you do, come back and tell me how you like it. I guarantee you're gonna fall head over heels for it. That's restaurant quality right there. So good. Okay, I'll hit y'all back. For dinner tonight, we're getting spicy. I'm using one of my favorite spicy sauces, and I'm gonna use this to toss some tofu. Now don't don't click off this video, okay? I know a lot of people are opposed to tofu. I used to be one of them. I used to be like, I don't like tofu. I don't like the texture. I don't like the taste. It really doesn't taste like much. It just tastes like whatever you season it with, FYI. But I used to detest tofu. Now I love it, and it's all in the way you prepare it. For me, I love crispy, really hardened tofu. So I like to start with extra firm. I'm gonna use this, and the way that I get it super crispy really easily is to just throw it in the air fryer. I spray a little oil on the bottom of the air fryer. I rip the tofu apart, and by the way, ripping it apart, it helps to absorb even more flavor of whatever you put on it. So that's another tip. I put it into the air fryer. I don't put anything on my tofu in the air fryer. I let it crisp up for about 15 minutes and it gets super firm, and then I just toss it with my sauce. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna serve it over rice. I have some jasmine rice here, and I'm also going to, I think I'm gonna roast these. I have some broccoli that I just cleaned. I'm going to have some broccoli with it as well. So let's make dinner. Definitely left my broccoli in the oven just a little bit too long, but it's okay. I like a char. But this spicy tofu with the green onions on top, the rice. Ten out of 10. So good. Now, let's go over the protein facts for this. Because not only can tofu be made super delicious, it's also really high in protein. I used half a container of the tofu, and that amounted to a whopping 20 grams. Whoa, okay? So the tofu was 20 grams. I had some rice. I used 1 cup of rice. That is 5 grams of protein. And then for my broccoli, I used 1 cup of broccoli, and that is 3 grams, for a total of 28 grams of protein in this meal. That's really good. That's almost like, well, that's more than half of what I'm supposed to be getting per day. So like I said, it's really, really easy to get your daily allotment of protein on a plant-based diet. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry that you're gonna be malnourished. I have never had any health issues. I feel great, and I'm getting all that I need to get. That's dinner. Let me go ahead and finish my plate, and I'll hit y'all back at the next mealtime. Last thing I'm gonna eat today, I'm gonna have a snack. I made a homemade chocolate pudding. I made it a little earlier today because it takes a little while to set, but I made it with this almond milk based yogurt. I always get the unsweetened one because I like to adjust the sweetener in my yogurt, because I just feel like the ones that are sweet, they're a little too sweet for my liking. But if you want to go with the one that's already sweetened, you don't have to add sweetener to yours. But I use this as my base, and this has quite a bit of protein in it. I also used some chia seeds, these little magnificent things here. Chia seeds, if you guys didn't know, they're a great source of fiber. They're a great source of omega-3 fatty acids, and you guessed it, protein as well. So I have some chia seeds in there. I put some protein powder in mine. This is chocolate flavored, but I could have done without the protein powder, but protein powder is a good way to incorporate more protein into your diet if you're worried about that. You can add this to smoothies. I added it to my pudding mix. You can add it to drinks, all types of stuff. So protein powder is really good. This one, the label came off of it, but this is what it is. I wrote it on here. 2 scoops is 20 grams of protein. I only used 1 scoop in my pudding mix. So let me throw you guys into how to actually make it, and then we'll come back and discuss how much protein's in it. This is yummy, it's chocolatey, it's decadent, but it's still light. It has like a whipped texture to it. Really, really good. Okay, so my 1 cup of yogurt, that amounts to 8 grams of protein. My 1 scoop of protein powder is 10 grams. I used a little over 1 tablespoon of peanut butter in my pudding, and that was 4 grams of protein. I have 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, that's 4 grams. And then the cocoa powder, I had 1 tablespoon, that is 1 gram, for a total of 27 grams of protein in my pudding. That's not including the toppings that I put on there. I'm not even gonna calculate that, but let's just say a little bit over, but definitely 27 grams total at the very least. So like I said in the beginning, I was shocked and amazed when I totaled everything up and realized just how much protein. The miso tahini stuffed sweet potatoes, that was 19 grams of protein. My tofu with rice and broccoli, that was 28 grams of protein. And then my homemade chocolate pudding, that was 27 grams of protein, for a grand total, y'all, of 74 grams of protein. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I was like, whoa. I definitely could have omitted the protein powder because I still would have been way over my target of 46 to 48 grams. I was still over even if I didn't add the protein powder. Like I said, you don't need to be afraid of not getting enough protein on a vegan diet. I hope I have exemplified just how easy it can be. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them below. And if you like more videos like this, just let me know. And I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.